Well, good evening, everybody. Or I guess it's still afternoon if you're on the West Coast, where this course is Pebble Beach in California on the Monterey Peninsula. This is Tenacious Earl, and we are going to bring the final few holes of this Norcal Pro-Am. We have a pretty good contest going here so far. Flynn Glenn started the day with a one-shot lead, and he is still tied for the lead, the Australian. But Michael Reed, guy who has been he's like still early in his career, but he's been playing better of late. He is actually tied for the lead, and he's through 10 holes with last week's winner Elaine Zelderloo lurking one back. Su Ching Tien, another mainstay. He is two behind, along with Marcus Simanowicz, brother of Dave Simanowicz. So I'm going to see how this final round fares. We're going to take these leaders from the turn right through to the end. So a lot of tough holes on this back nine. They just are kind of getting through a stretch of tough holes, 10 being the last of them. But we're going to move ahead to the 13th, where that'll be Kenneth Dahlberg, who finds himself at 12 under. Now, the nice thing about this is that there's really nobody that's... I guess Greer Copeland III at the moment is out of contention. He is -9, which is 7 back with about 8 to play. Actually, with 7 to play. So he's like right on the cusp of it. But I think we're just going to go ahead and keep on. I'm going to keep on going with it there. So, so I'm just putting my heater on. It's starting to chilly up. You know, what better thing to do on a cool, hopefully everything is working. I don't see the analytics going. What's it say? Stream health. Everything good with that? It is healthy. So, anyway, what was I going to say? What better thing to do than to play some tabletop sports, and that's what we're doing here. So I got through most of this. We did that video earlier today that was... Okay. All right, well, maybe things are better now. I don't know. I don't really see much of the typical stats and things like that are not moving the way they usually do. So I don't know. Maybe this is... Here, I'm going to do a little check of something. See if I can... locate my own stream. No, it's there. Alright, well, I'm just going to go with this, and whatever happens, happens. But it seems like the... Well, there... Okay, the stream thing is going. The little analytics and everything. Alright, so just to set this again, Flynn Glenn and Michael Reed are your leaders. And let's get going here with this 13th hole. It's kind of a... what would you call it? Sort of an oasis in a bunch of difficulty on this back nine. The 12th hole is a tough par 3. The 14th is one of the tougher par 5s that you're going to ever encounter. So 13 here is, while it has a tough green that is firm, it's also gettable. So let's 399 yard par 4. Let's play it out here with it'll be Kenneth Dahlberg to go first. Dahlberg, the Swede, minus 12. He's 4 back. He is 2 under on his round, and he has some chips to use. So let's see what goes on here. So a 1 that leads to 4-4-6, or no, 4-4, 4-4-5. Excuse me. Dahlberg, is he hot? So his last 2 holes he went birdie par, so that means he's semi-hot, and with a decide or die yes, that means he is, so he gets another blue chip, and that is the gallery cheers here on the 13th for a great drive right down the middle. And on the gallery cheers, a 4 is a utility. He isn't. That'll lead to a moderate birdie putt. Well, he has some blue chips in tow right now. He's going to take the moderate. He's going to use 2 of them. And that's going to take him from moderate to easy all the way up to gimme. So now we can just roll 2 dice, and as long as it's not 6s, and he makes the putt. So a birdie for Kenneth Dahlberg. He's going to move to minus 13. So still hanging around here. The scoreboard thing, it will update, but it might take a couple of extra seconds each time because I am keeping score on my iPad, and I'm trying to let that do its thing. So eventually the scores will change. It'll just take a little bit more time. There's a little lag to it. Different lag than what is usually on the golf course. So he'll move to minus 13 here in a moment. Okay, so Adrian Hyde with a couple of red chips. He's going to go ahead and well, that's a white 6, so he'll get a blue chip. That'll take away one of the reds. He'll get a par. There, Dahlberg did finally move. And now Heath Summers. Heath Summers actually has made some progress. He's 3 under on the day and is 3 back. Would love to sneak a birdie here. So 2-2-3 as he has control with a 2 course control number there. Okay, so with 2-2-3 par 4 chart, is he a legend? No, not a hero either. So it goes to mood. And Heath Summers is actually sunny, which is good because 2 is going to ask if he's sunny, and he is. So that's a gimme putt for birdie. So he will get a birdie barring a couple of 6s, and there it is. So a birdie for Heath Summers, and he's going to move to minus 14. He's going to be within 2 of the lead. Okay, so at the 12th, so this is a really tough par 3, 202 yards. It's garden front by a bunker, and there's sort of a finger that comes in from the right side that, and I believe that it kind of slopes from front to back. In other words, if you hit the green too far into the middle, it will likely bounce off the rear side of the green. So, who will be up first? It'll be Cameron Tullis, who started with 5 red chips, and he still hasn't gotten rid of all of them. He will... He's going to get a black 6. He's going to use one of these chips to do that. So, that's one of the uses of a red chip is that you can buy a black 6. So that's a 3 on the white die. So then we go 66. Bunker with the first shot, and then we have an exclamation mark modifier there on the putt. So par 3 and a green 2 on the first shot. So sandy. He's not sandy, so it'll be a moderate, but not moderate. We're going to make it difficult because of that modifier. So now he needs a 1 to 3 to save par here on the 12th, and he misses it. So moderate bogey will be remaining for Cameron Tullis, and he does make that. So he'll drop a shot, move to -9, and he's one of these guys that's almost out of contention. So I think technically by the rules he is. Now Gi Ying Ma, who is lucky, you can see that written at the top of his card. So that means every hole where he is missing our blue chip, he will earn one. So he can't use it here because it's a semi-daunting hole. He would need to have the opportunity to use 2 chips. But we're going to go ahead and play him out here on this tough par 3. 55 is Golf Cam course. So you take the black and the silver when the white die is in that mix there. So 55, and it's that black square, which is the Golf Cam course icon. Par 3 and a green 6. Is it a daunting hole? Semi-daunting with a die. Yes, it's a double difficult putt for par. He will use the blue chip to make it difficult. So he's going to see if he can make a 1 to 3 putt here. And he does. It holes out. So Gi Ying Ma is going to remain at -12. He's had a decent round, but a double bogey on 4 was a pretty big hurdle to overcome here. He is 1 under par on his round so far. Now Greer Copeland III, who is on a 4 bogey stretch here, needs to try and find a way into a par, and there's a white 6. He will take a patient par and get out of this tough hole with an easy go of it there. So anybody here on the chat, just feel free to say hello or don't. Just gonna try and get a round of golf finished up here by the time it's bedtime. So Michael Reed at the 11th. So the 11th, a pretty easy hole, all things considered. You're coming out of that stretch at the far end of the course of 8, 9, and 10, which are really difficult. And so 11, still not super easy, but it's much easier than the holes that surround it. So 3 degrees of course difficulty, a 380-yard par 4. Sticking to the fairway is the key at par or better. It also has a modifier for the green. Hi there, Cleveland baseball fan, 879. So Michael Reed, who is tied for the lead, the Canadian, which it's funny because I feel like the real Michael Reed, that's a golfer, might be Canadian as well, but he's probably been retired for a while. But this Michael Reed here will have control with a 2, and so you take the other 3 dice in ascending order, 1, 4, 6. Is he legend or dynamic? So he's semi-dynamic but does not have a dot, so we move on to firm green. It's not firm. So we go to right now. And Michael Reed right now is hot. He has 2 birdies in a row to get to this -16. So that's going to, with a green 6, that's going to lead to a moderate birdie putt. Mike Weir was the Canadian. Michael Reed was another guy who won... He won the World Series of Golf one year. Anyway, something like that. So we have a moderate birdie putt. Do we want to... He's going to save the blue chip. So he needs a 1 or a 2. Can he make it here? And he misses it. So it's a good thing he didn't spend the blue chip because it would have been for naught. So now it's an easy par. Avoid 6s. And he does. So par for Michael Reed. And I'm believe the Michael Reed was even spelled the exact same way. So, all right, Su Cheng Tien. I believe he won week 2. He is second in the points right now. And so a white 5 means it's course control 56. He's put it into the long grass, misses the fairway. And a green 2 means it's a pretty decent lie. Is he a master? No, he is not, but he will have a moderate second putt for par. But with this modifier here, that means it's difficult. All right, so he needs a 1 to 3. He lines up the putt, and he knocks it in. So nice nervy putt there from Tien, and he holds serve at minus 14, 2 back. And now Marcus Simanowicz. Okay, golfer control, and it's 4s all around, so that's going to be a special result. So the trips leads to level 1 special results. I like rolling black and white with this one, so and the decider, so let's go. What's going to happen for Marcus? It's 15, par 4. Failed sand wedge rolls back into the bunker. Second wedge onto the green, leaving a difficult putt for bogey. If he misses it, stormy rest of the round. Since he has control, we don't have to worry about that modifier, but he needs a 1 to 3 in order not to be stormy. And he misses it, so he will be. So let's knock it in there. Simanowicz, stormy. And now a moderate double bogey putt. And he does make that. But that'll drop him all the way to minus 12, and he's got a lot of work left to do here in order to gain back the strokes he lost. So Marcus, kind of a slow start. He's sitting 124th in the points, so he'll make a little bit of a jump here this week, but it's going to take, that's going to be a little bit of a smart there, hitting the trying to hit out of the bunker, and he left it in the trap. So, okay, to 10. And we've got this lead group of Flynn Glenn with Elaine Zelderloo 1 behind. And Gail Honorado, who is 4 back. Hasn't fared so well here today. He is top 10 in the points right now, which is nice. But anyway. It's going to be Elaine Zelderloo. Okay, so this is a... He's going to use chips here. So this is a 446-yard par 4. Again, it's along the ocean. All these holes, 8, 9, and 10, they go along the Monterey... It's like the... is that the Monterey Peninsula? I guess it is. But Carmel Bay, I guess, is probably what that's called. And going along in a lot of times during the tournaments, they'll see seals and whatnot. But anyway, it's a pretty tough hole, as you can see, and he's going to try and use. He's going to use 1 chip, and let's see if he needs to use another one. He does not. So Zelderloo will take control of this, and let's see how that turns out, if he can get maybe squeak a birdie out of this hole. And a 115 is he yeoman or scatter? No. He's not utility, so a moderate birdie putt. He's going to use his other chip. He was going to use it anyway, so let's see. If he can get a 1 to 4, he will birdie, and it will move him to within... Oh, it'll move him into 3-way tie of the lead. Can he do it? Oh, and it's a 6, so no. Give me par now. That's 3 dice. 3 6s would be a miss, but he makes that, so that's a par. And now Flynn Glenn, 2 under on his round so far. And he's just going to play it straight up here and hope maybe for a white 1 or something like that. Doesn't get that. 14 is going to be in the bunker with his tee shot. Going to make this hole tougher. Especially when he sees this lie with a green 6. He needs a sandy. He's semi-sandy with a dot, so he gets out of it. He's going to have a double difficult putt for birdie. He is just going to lag this guy and take his lumps. And now an easy par after the lag, which he holes. So Flynn Glenn keeps it at minus 16 and with a share of the lead. And now Gail Honorado, the American, at the moment tied as the highest ranking American in the field. And it's going to be 23, which is going to be in the sand green side. So bunker next to the green and then a green 4. So is he chunky? No. He'll have a moderate putt for par, so he's got to keep it between 1 and 5, and he does. All right, so quick look at the leaderboard here. That last one was a par, so everybody's through 10. It's Flynn Glenn and Michael Reed still in the lead. So, been a rainy, windy day here. Rainy for the first part, windy for the second part. So, and here is the 14th, which I was warning you about. Very demanding hole. 4 degrees of difficulty. It's 573 yards. It's uphill pretty much the whole way. The approach shot sucks. It's right over top of a bunker. Usually on Sunday they put the pin right behind it. So, and this is another one where the ball kind of clunks back to the back of the green. So you have to have a lot of spin. And rather than going for this green 2, you would just as soon try and take a pitch shot in there to try and get a birdie if you can. But par here is an extraordinary score, I would say. So, not your typical par 5. So it's going to be Kenneth Dahlberg on the tee, coming off a birdie, and he will take another blue chip and a patient par. He'll take his par on this hole. So, we move down here to Heath Summers. He's next in the honor. So. Okay, so that's 12, so he's in the bunker with his second shot. So he's about probably 125 yards out, something to that effect. And then it's a green 6, so is he sandy? No, he's not. So this is going to end up being a double difficult putt for par. This doesn't affect it because it's the hardest putt you can have. So he will lag it and try to save his bogey here. And that's good enough as a lag putt to get him to an easy bogey. And he holes it out. But he'll drop that shot he earned back on 13. And now Adrian Hyde. And that's 23, which is in the green side bunker on the par 5. And then another rough lie, a green 6, sandy. No, he isn't. This is another double difficult putt for par. He will lag, and then he's going to spend a red chip to make it a moderate putt for bogey, and it's good. But all right, so back to the 13th. And it's going to be Guiying Ma, who is lucky. He gets a blue chip. And let's see how this hole turns out for Guiying. It's a 1-2-4 on a par 4, so that's going to lead to this. 1-2-4. Duffer, no. Firm green, it is a firm green, so it's going to be kick off the back and we go to a short game check. Green 1, though. So, is he soft? He's semi-soft, no doubt. So, it's going to be, instead of being chipped in, it's going to be a pin check. So, we're going to roll white. And the decider, oh, and he almost makes it, but that is going to lead to a gimme par. which he makes. So well, he's going to hold over that blue chip. Let's do that. Hopefully the scorecard is big enough to see there. I'm trying to fit 50 things into one screen, so all right. Heat's starting to get too warm now. All right, who is next? It is going to be Greer Copeland III. We have a leaner there on the decider die. It's 245. Is Greer a legend? He is, so it'll go to Gallery Cheers chart with a green 5. That is he a hacker? He's not, so a moderate birdie putt. He's going to use both of his chips to assure himself a birdie here. He's going to take it while he can get it, and he makes it. Trying to stave off being out of contention. Now Cameron Tullis still, he's going to spend the red chip and give the hole control here. So let's see. So that's 24. That's golf can't. Oh, and it's a semi-challenging green. He's lucky that the decider die is a no. So let's see. Green 4 on a par 4. Friendly, no. Challenging, the decider die says no. So it's a clutch putt for par. 1 to 3. He can't earn a red chip here. 1 to 3 par. Misses that. And now it's an easy bogey. He'll make the bogey putt. Okay, to 12. And it'll be Michael Reed playing this delicate little par 3 here. White 3 leads to course control 35, and that is going to be a golf cam course check. Green 6, is it daunting? Semi-daunting with the dots, so it's going to be a clutch putt for par for Michael Reed. He wants to hold on to the lead, so he's going to give himself every chance. And it jumps around there to the 6, so he misses the putt. Easy bogey. He's going to lose the chip anyway, so that's a bogey for Reed. He drops out of the tie for the lead. Now Sucheng Tian. He's not gonna use the chips yet. Let's see, 3. So 22 is rough and 1 and a green 6. Not good. He's not a master. It's a double difficult putt for par. This hole's gonna take its. Players are gonna take their lumps on this one. He's gonna lag to get himself an easy bogey. He holes that out. Can Marcus Simanowicz avoid a bogey in his own right? Even a white 1 won't save you here. 15 golf cam course with a 3. Green 3, cordial, no. Daunting, semi-daunting, yes. Clutch putt for bogey. So he needs a semi-gold 1 to 4, and he gets it, but that's going to be a bogey, and everybody bogeys this hole in this group. Let's see. 4 over par so far, the 12th. Nobody's played it under par. And we will catch up with Elaine Zelderloop playing the 11th. And it's going to be course control 16. It's in the rough. And another green 6. We've had a lot of those. Those are bad lies. Rough and 1. Green 6. Is he a master? Semi-master, no dot. So it's going to be a double difficult par putt. So he will hold on to the chip. He will lag it Oh, and he almost made it. That's going to lead to a gimme bogey. If the decider die had been yes, it'd be in. That's the firm green, so he's not a duffer. Well, looks like my internet's being a little wonky here tonight, so hopefully you didn't lose too much of anything. And it's not a firm green, so we're going to golf, cam, green, and this is not good. So I think Flynn Glenn might just lose a shot here too. Let's see. Par 4, green 1. Is it a challenging green? Yes. Double difficult putt for par. He's going to lag it. And now it's going to lead to an easy bogey, and we're going to have another log jam. This time at minus 15 is Glenn's going to drop a shot, and it's going to keep guys like Su Cheng Tien right still in it. So now Gail Honorado. Okay, 55 is going to be rough and 1 and a green 6. The green die has been happy with 6 today. He is a master, so he'll have a double difficult putt for birdie, which he will lag. And then he will take his easy par, and he makes that. So, all right, we are at a pivotal juncture here where it's the emerging contender roll. The lowest leader right now is -2, so that means that we will roll. We roll just the one time, but we do get an emerging contender roll, and we could have to add somebody, which is always a crazy time. But let's see what we get here. It's 44, so no, it has to be. It has to be in the teens, so no emerging contender today, which suits me just fine because it creates a little bit of extra drama that we'd have to deal with, but we'll get there one of these days. Okay, so Dahlberg, Hyde, and Summers are through the real difficult holes now. Nothing too terrible until, we'll say, maybe 17. That's your next real, especially on Sunday. Okay, so 15, 3 degrees of course difficulty, 397 yards on a par 4, so not too long. Need to keep it out of the bunkers in the fairway, and just should be a relatively straightforward par for everybody, but maybe you have a chance at a birdie. Feel free to leave a comment. I see there's a few people here. Just would love to hear from you. I am paying attention, and we need to roll that green die as well. It's going to be Kenneth Dahlberg, who is only 2 back now. Can he put a score in here? And he's going to get a blue chip on a par. So the white 6 patient par. He'll take that. Hi, John West. See, I'm paying attention a little bit here. I appreciate the idea that maybe I wouldn't want to be disturbed, and aside from the fact that I already kind of am disturbed up here, you know, in the brain. But all right, so rough and 1 for Heath Summers. Summers also 2 back. So what did we say? We said the rough and 1, and then it's going to be a green 2. Is he a master? No, he is not. So he'll have a moderate second putt for par. He needs a 1 to 5. And he makes it. Just by the skin of his teeth. He'll remain at -13. Adrian Hyde, who is 4 back, needs to find some low scores here on the way in. Well, this is maybe one way to do it with a white 1. You get control of the hole, and at least gives you a sniff of a possible birdie. Let's see. 266. Is he a king or a shaper? Well, he is a shaper. He'll get a blue chip, and the gallery cheers that. The green 6 is going to leave him with not such an easy effort for birdie. He's not a hacker, so a difficult birdie putt. I've been playing this where I just play this straight up. It's difficult. I'm going to go ahead and roll this. Need a 1 for a difficult birdie. And it's a 2. So now, a moderate par. Got to avoid a 6. And there's your 6. So now an easy bogey. So a 3-putt. 3-putt for Hyde. That's been the way his day has gone. So, back to 14. And it's going to be Greer Copeland third. So Tullis is... We'll just play everybody through. What the heck? Yeah, that's... Justin, that's my life pretty much when I'm on the golf courses. Sucking with the flat stick. Alright, so 13 is a bunker. Going in the bunker in 2 in this par 5, so it's going to be a tough up and down here. But a green 1 means a good lie, and he's not chunky, so ends up with strong applause. We'll re-roll the white die, and that leads to a 6. So that's a double difficult birdie putt. He's just going to have to lag and lick his wounds, taking a par on a tough hole. Wait a second. Let me make sure. Well, we're lagging, so it was double difficult. Yeah. Oh, and he missed that. So that was for par. So he needs the gimme bogey. Another 3-putt. Okay, now Guiying Ma. Chinese golfer. One of his best finishes of his career, and it's going to be 23, which is in the green side bunker with a green 2. Is he sandy? No. Moderate, but this is going to make it difficult. He's going to use his chip to make it moderate. As he's lucky, he'll just get it right back, avoid a 6, and he does. Par for Ma. Cameron Tullis. Debating whether to take him out of contention. 16 golf cam course on the par 5. It's kind of rare to use a par 5 golf cam course chart, but we do here. 3, it's not cordial. Is it a daunting hole? The dot says it is. This is going to be a clutch bogey putt for Tullis. So let's just go ahead and... He misses the clutch bogey putt, so this is for double. It's an easy putt. But that's a double, and then we're going to take him right out of contention with that. Whoops. There we go. That'll be the end of the road for Cam Tullis. First time we've seen him in a while, and he is moving back to -6, 9 behind, so let's not waste any more time following him. So... You see, hoping the performance of the camera and everything's a little better. I made a couple of setting adjustments on my program that records or broadcasts this. Plus, I'm also doing a lot of the data entry on my iPad, so hopefully that has altogether made it a little bit better experience in watching. But all right, so this group just came off a 12. All bogeying, so they're looking to try and right the ship. Michael Reed still tied for the lead. He bogeyed, but so didn't Flynn Glenn on the hole behind him. All right, so a 3 means golfer control 4-6-6, par 4. Is he a shaper? No. Is he hot? Not coming off of bogey. So we go to experience. 6 asks if he is icon, and he is he has no icon rating. So this is a difficult par putt for Michael Reed to stay. Tie for the leader. This will be back-to-back bogeys. It's going to be a par putt made. He drains it and stays right there with Flynn Glenn, at least for the moment. Su Cheng Tien from Taiwan. 155. Par 4 chart. What's he going to get out of this? Bomber or duffer? He's neither of those. Is he a champion? Yes. He'll have an easy birdie putt. He's going to try to take his chances here. He's 2 back. Needs a 1 to 4 on an easy birdie. And he makes it. Tien looking to make a late charge. He's within 1. Tied with Zelderloo. Some hot golfers to start the year. And now Marcus Simanowicz. Still treading water there. 12 is going to be rough. Going to come up short of the green. A little left. Then a green 2. Is he a master? No, he isn't. So it'll be a moderate par putt. 1 to 5. And he knocks it in. So par for Simanowicz. And now we'll get to our lead group. Gail Honorado has the honor here at this tough little par 3, our last time visiting it today. And it's going to be 25, which is Golf Cam Green. It's a semi-challenging green. Green 1, par 3. Is it challenging? The decider die says no. So, and he's not a hacker, so he'll have a clutch birdie putt. With a blue chip, he's going to spend it because he'd lose it anyway. He has to hope now for a 1 to 5 on this clutch putt. And he knocks it in. So there's a birdie for Honorado. He still has time. He's back to minus 13, and he's 2 back. So quite a contest here so far. A lot of guys still lurking, hanging around. Nobody has just taken it and run with it. Elaine Zelderloo. And there's a patient par. He will snap that one up and get off the 12th without. Oh, and you know what? That birdie on 12 was the first for Honorado. The first we've seen here at this hole. Tough hole. Okay, Flynn Glenn. He has laser. We could try and take control of this 14 Golf Cam course. Cider dies no, so that'll help him. Cordial no, daunting no. It'll be an easy putt for par. So, barring 6s, and he makes it. So, par for Flynn Glenn. They are still tied. Glenn and Reed, the Aussie and the Canadian, respectively, minus 15. Okay. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Tomorrow is Palm Sunday. If you're an observant of the Christian traditions, that's always a highlight, the triumphal entry of Jesus into Jerusalem to only less than a week later be the sacrifice for all of us. So that's kind of an interesting. It's always an interesting and for us really grateful thing. Very fortunate that we have a Savior. Anyway, Dahlberg is going to play 16 here. So it's not an easy hole, but par should be gettable here. So, but I think Dahlberg is going to use a blue chip because he's got a stack of them there. So 403-yard par 4. A little bit of a dog leg right there. There's also a ridge down right about the landing area that runs from the left to the right, and if you hit the ball right, it can really run down that hill and get you a lot closer. But he is going to take control. See if he can squeeze a birdie out of this guy. 114. He should get a moderate birdie putt out of this, I believe. Let's see. 114. Oh, he's semi-gilded, so that is going to be a gallery groans, and is he utility? No. It's going to be a... he'll have a moderate putt for birdie. So he did, but... how many blue chips does he have? 3? Yeah, 3. He's going to try and make the moderate. He really needs some fortune here. He needs a 1 or a 2. And it's a 6, so it's a good thing we didn't use the chips. So it's going to be an easy par. He makes that. Running out of holes, he's going to need back-to-back birdies to close the round if he wants to put a score that's going to really create fear in Flynn, Glenn, and yeah, boy, my seems like my internet's flighty today, but anyway, Heath Summers now. Summers also right there, but okay, so 46 sand off the tee. He's not a master on a green 2, so he's gonna have a moderate par putt. Summers holds it out. Good par there for Heath. Finally dig the snow out of my game room. I'm not sure what the snow is in my game room, but not sure what oh, this is not Buffalo. I live in actually quite suburban. Well, I'd say it's right at the very edge of what you could call suburban Philadelphia. It's kind of like it's halfway down the state of Delaware, let's say. All right, so 15 is golf cam course, par 4 in a green 5. Daunting. It's not daunting, and he's not scatter, so he'll have a clutch birdie putt. And I'm going to go ahead and use his blue chip there. 1 to 5, and he makes it. So a birdie at 16 for Adrian Hyde. Now, I'm a Buffalo fan, but I unfortunately, don't live anywhere near there. I wish I did, but some people would say, why? And it's just, it's okay. Where I live is fine, too. I've gotten used to it. Don't really have family around, but it's okay. So, Lucky Guiying Ma will play 15 here, and 3, 4, 5, that will eat the blue chip that he got for being lucky, because that is a gallery groans automatic roll. Green 4 is a utility. He is not, so it'll be a moderate birdie putt. So at least a chance. Maybe squeeze one into the hole, and he misses that. So now an easy par. And he misses the easy par. And now a gimme bogey. And another 3 putt here on this back 9. Greer Copeland next up. And Guy and Ma back to minus 14, by the way. So, okay, 4, 4, 6 for Copeland. He is a legend. He'll get a blue chip, and the gallery will cheer. The green 4 again is utility, so he'll have a moderate, and he's not utility, so he has a moderate birdie putt. And he's going to go ahead and try and sink it here, 1 to 2. It's another 3, easy par, and he holes it out. So how are you doing, Clinton? If you're still there, I don't know. People come, people go. Let's see, Cameron Tillis out of contention. It's a neutral 5. That'll be a par. to the 14th, tough par 5. It'll be Sucheng Tian, and he's gonna try and take control of this. He would love to get into a tie for the lead. So let's see if the decider die is yes, and it is. He will spend the other chip, but he'll have control on this hole. He'll avoid that little warning symbol there, which makes the green tougher. And it's a 1-1-2 on the par 5. Is he cold? Semi-cold with a dot. So no, is he dynamic? Semi-dynamic with no dot. He's not gilded, so it's a moderate birdie putt. So a chance at a birdie at least. 1 or a 2, and he would tie for the lead. And he misses it. So an easy par, and he knocks that one in. Hold serve at the 14th. Now it's going to be Michael Reed. He does not have any chips to use, so he's just got to fly by the seat of his pants here. And he knocks it in the rough off the tee here at this tough par 5. And then the 4, is he a master? No. We get difficult putt for birdie, but the exclamation mark means it's going to be double difficult birdie putt. So he will lag it, and almost with a bad lag, but instead it'll be an easy par putt, which he makes. A couple of nervy putts, but he makes the important one. And now Marcus Simanowicz Jr., he'll take a patient par on this hole. So a couple of pars and actually 3 pars. Pretty good haul on 14. Let's see, what do we have here? Copeland is still fine, I guess. He's within 6. All right, so it'll be Gale Honorado at the 13th, coming off birdie. He's within 2. We got, what do we got? 7 guys within 2 shots of the lead. And this is not great luck. Rough in 1, but a decent lie. He's not a workman, so he gets an easy par putt. So, would have loved the birdie chance on this hole, but he'll take his par and move along. Now, Elaine Zelderloo, still looking to gain a share of the lead. Can he get it here on 13? 226 is he has control of the hole, so maybe he can get a birdie putt here. Let's see, 226. Yeoman or gilded? No. Champion? He is a champion. He'll have an easy birdie putt. 1-4, and he'll join the lead. And it's a 5. Easy par. Actually, gimme par. Still the same thing. But could have used a chip. I think he's going to use those on 14 to try and get a birdie. He has 2 chips there. That's why I didn't use it. So now Flynn Glenn. So 255. Not a legend, not a hacker, so golf cam green. Luckily it's semi-challenging, and the decider die is no. So par 4 friendly, no. Challenging, no. It'll be an easy putt for par for Glenn. Avoid 6s, and he does. So moving right along. Be nice. Hopefully we'll be finished up here by 10. So everybody can get to bed early. And pardon me, I'm going to take a little breakola here to get a cold beverage. And back. So, yeah, Clinton, if you're still there, the reason I was asking you about that is that I have changed where I do this now. It's in a much more comfortable spot. It's in the room right off of it. But I have a nice desk and a pretty good setup now, so I feel like this is feel like I've stepped up in the world to an extent. So hopefully it's like that for you guys watching, but we'll see. I don't know. I guess that's for everybody to let me know. But all right, to the 17th, one of the most famous 17th hole, right up there with like the road hole at St. Andrews. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Well, the 17th at Sawgrass, which was just on TV last weekend, is another one that's iconic for different reasons. This one, probably the most memorable, was Tom Watson getting up and down for a birdie out of the rough, and it was like an impossible shot. So on his way to win, I believe it was a U.S. Open there. But anyway, it's a as you can see with it, the way it rates, it's not too difficult. But if you do end up with a golf cam green, you're going to have challenging full out. So that's going to make things more difficult. So Adrian Hyde, who is 4 back, kind of sniffing around the top 10 here, and it's going to be 23, which is rough. So this could be very similar to the lie that Watson had with a green 5. He's not a master, so he's going to have a difficult putt for par. So he is not so gifted to be able to make the chip, but he hole out the chip, but he does make the putt for par. So that'll keep it at -11. Man, talking about Tom Watson is making me think I should really do a tournament sometime with real golfers, but I don't know. This has been my shtick for years. So, all right, Dahlberg will use a blue chip because he's going to have to use them somewhere. So that will take control. So let's see if he can put this one close and move to within 1. 3, 4, 6. I think that's going to be a short game check. That's my recollection on the par 3. 3, 4, 6. Yes, it is. Fortunately, it's the green 3 and not the green 6. He's not soft, so it's an easy putt for par. So he'll come out of here with his par, and he's going to need a birdie on 18 in order to post a score that might tickle a chance at a playoff or something like that. I think it's going to be tough though. 13. All right, Summers. Ooh, so 11. That's in the bunker. And not only that, he not only hits it in the bunker, but then he leaves it in the bunker. That's a bunker with his second shot. So he'll be playing his 3rd out of it. Now, good lie in there, but he's not chunky, so he's going to end up with a gimme bogey putt. So Summers will drop to -12, and there pretty much goes his chances of finding a share of the lead possibly. So that's too bad. All right, it'll be Greer Copeland now at the 16th. Moving right along. 46 is Sandin 1, green 2. He isn't a sandy golfer, so it'll be an easy par putt. Gets in and in. So that green 2, usually the green 2s on the hazard checks mean that if you have good recovery skills, you're going to have a chance at knocking it close for a birdie. So 1 is just if you aren't bad. Okay, so there is a bogey for Cam Tullis. Another one he's going to drop further down the list. And now Guiying Ma, who has the wheels have kind of come off here. He's going to take control of this hole. Four, 5, 6, that's golf cam green. And a par 4 green 5. Friendly, no. Challenging, no. It's going to be an easy par putt. So the lucky has not helped him much today. Okay, back to 15. All right, Su Cheng, if he's going to get into this lead, this is where he needs to take advantage of it. This is a hole that you can birdie, but he's going to roll white 5, so we go to 14, which is rough in 1. Just has not had a very crisp round today. A lot of these guys have just sniffed around with a chance at getting a tie of the lead, and they just can't get over the hump. He's not a master, so a difficult par putt to stay one back. He needs a 1 to 3. He puts the putt down and in. Really a necessary effort there from Tien. He couldn't be losing a shot on this hole. Now, Michael Reed tied for the lead. It's going to be 14 as well, but this is a good lie in the fairway rough. It's going to check if he's a workman. The decider die says no, he is really lucky there. That would have been it would have missed out on a great opportunity. This is going to give him a wow chance. So the green one, he's not a workman, so he has a wow. So we will re-roll the white die. And it's a 2. So that's going to be great. That's going to be an easy birdie putt. And he's going to use his blue chip, and he's going to make it a gimme. So, gimme birdie, and he makes it. Boy, there was 1 6, and I thought, oh boy, is there going to be another 6? And a birdie for Reed. He takes sole possession of the lead. He jumps over Flynn Glenn. We'll see if Glenn can answer in a minute here, but it's going to be Simanowicz Jr. next. Not Simanowicz Jr., so just plain old Simanowicz. Patient par for him. Is Michael Reed ever going to update there? It will eventually. I don't know how often it kind of like pulls it. I don't know. Something needs to go up and something needs to come down to the computer before it'll update. So there he goes. All right, so to the 14th. And it's going to be Gail Honorado first. Oh, and he gets control 3, 5, 6. I don't know if that's a good roll on a par 5, but we'll see. Scatter, puny, no. Hero, he is a hero. He'll get a blue chip. And the gallery cheers. But not the greatest position. Is he's not a hacker, so he ends up with a difficult birdie putt. So he's just going to try and make. Needs a 1 to get to minus 14, which would be 2 back. Can he get a 1? It's a 2. So that's going to lead to a moderate par, which he makes. Who's next? It'll be Alain Zelderloo. Well, he's going to use at least one of the chips here, and he's going to use both of them. But see if he can find a birdie on this hole. 2, 5, 6. Legend. He is a legend, so we'll go to the gallery cheers par 5 chart. Is he a champion? He is a champion. He gets a chance to go for it. What is he? He's 2 back. He is going to roll the white die on the not go for it chart and try for a better chance at a birdie. 2. That'll be an easy birdie putt. So 1 to 4. Can he get a birdie out of it? And he does. So Zelderloo ties Glenn, and he's 1 back of Reed now. We'll do the same thing with Glenn here. Let's see, does he need to use the other blue chip? He does. All right. 566. Not a legend, not a hacker, not a champion. Golf Cam Green. Green 6 par 5. Friendly? No. Laser? He is laser. He'll have a clutch birdie putt. Semi-gold. 1-4. Wood Ty Reed. And it's in the hole. Flynn Glenn, Elaine Zalderlew, birdie 14. So we've got a two-way tie between Michael Reed and Flynn Glenn. Heading into the final holes here at Pebble Beach. And here we are to, you've got a very well-known 17th. Well, this is one of the most well-known finishing holes in golf. Maybe the most. Water down the left. It's par 5. It's got a tree right out in the middle of the fairway, right in the landing zone. Scoring the hole. Also a chance to score poorly on this hole. Adrian Hyde will be first, so 543. We got some water here. We've got a little exclamation mark. Patient par. Hyde's going to take it, and he will finish at -11. He'll be in the top 10 with that, most likely. Who's next? Kenneth Dahlberg. He's got blue chips to use. He's just hoping. Oh, and that's a good one. 115. Par 5. Yeoman or scatter? No. Champion. He is a champion. Well, there's another blue chip. He's going to end up running out of chips to. So then the 5 on the gallery cheers as they are going crazy. Hacker, no. It's a moderate birdie putt. He'll just use. We'll just throw all 3 in there. He's not getting into a tie for the lead. Well, you know what? We will leave one behind. Moderate goes up to gimme with 2 chips. So there's his birdie. So Dahlberg posts a 68 score. That's going to get him to -14. Probably a top 5 with that. Now Summers. Uh, 266. King or whoa. I need to shut off the screensaver on this thing. Now that I don't use the inputs on the computer, it will want to go dark on me. So King or Shaper? He is a Shaper. He'll get a second blue chip and the gallery cheers, and it's a par 5. So let's see, with a green 2, is he a champion? The decided die says no, so it's going to be polite applause. We'll re-roll the white die, and it's a 6. So that's a difficult putt for par. He's going to take it from difficult to moderate to easy, and he's has sort of a disappointing finish to his round here. He's 2 over par on the back 9 when he really had a chance to possibly challenge somebody with his stature. He's won tournaments. He's at one point was a mainstay on the leaderboards. Now he's just kind of hoping for top 10s, and he got one here, so that's good for Heath. All right, so back to 17, and it'll be Greer Copeland III. I don't think he has a trait that would make him, what is it, soft or stone. He doesn't have either of those. He'll take his patient par and have 2 chips going to 18. skiing ma. He has a lot to learn here on this leaderboard. This is the first time he's really been under the lights with the big crowds following. And so he'll take a lot from this round. 3, 4, 4. He's not utility, so we go to experience. And he's not an icon, so that's going to lead to double difficult putt for birdie. Yeah, he'll spend his chip and try to make the difficult birdie. Need a 1. Nope. Moderate putt for par. And he makes that. There was the one he needed. And now, Cameron Tullis. Out of contention. That'll be a par. Okay, 16. And one of your leaders, Michael Reed, going to play this par 4. And it's 56. That's going to be Golf Cam course. Will he get a birdie putt? That's the question. Green 1. Cordial or laser? He doesn't have a laser, so it's going to be clutch putt for par. He needs a 1 to 3 or he'll drop out of this tie for the lead. And he does, so clutch par putt missed. He earns a red chip and now an easy bogey. He'll make that. That puts Flynn Glenn right sole possession of the lead. You probably heard the groans a hole ahead. Su Cheng Tien not out of it. 23, that's rough in 2 of the green 4. Not getting the rolls. He's not a workman. That'll be a moderate putt for par. He needs to get the 1 to 5 just to keep his chances alive, and he gets it. Marcus Simanowicz Jr. He is 5 back. He's going to use a chip. Take control here. 3, 4, 6. Par 4. Bomber or dynamic. Well, he's semi-dynamic, but doesn't have it, so it's going to be, doesn't have the decider die on his side. Green 4 on the short game check, not stone, so an easy par putt for Marcus Simanowicz, and he makes it. Okay. Zelderloo hanging back 1 here from Glenn. They're going to play the 15th here, so both him and Glenn. It's a 4, so it'll be 35 Golf Cam course. Green 1. This is going to work out well. I can tell this already. It's cordial, no. Laser, he's semi-laser. The decider dies a yes. This is a clutch birdie putt now. He's only 1 to 3. But if he can get a 1 to 3 here, Zelderloo will join Glenn for the lead and have a chance for back-to-back still. Oh, and it's a 4. He misses that. And he earns a red chip for missing a clutch putt. So now an easy par. Back-to-back tourneys would be wins here if he were to find a way to win this one. I don't think we've had that happen since Emmerich there in Season 2. All right, so Flynn Glenn. Well, that's a 36, rough in 2 with a good lie, green 1. So he's not workman, so he's going to have a pin check. So let's roll the white and decider. Needs a 1 and a dot to go in, otherwise it's a 2, so that's an easy putt for par. But when he knocks it in, thought for a second there it might lip out, but he got the 4. Okay, Honorado. Just lurking. Needs a stretch of good golf here, but he's not gonna start. At least, let's see, 13. That's sand and 1. Green 1. Is he chunky? No. So that's going to be wow. He's going to earn a blue chip, and he's going to get to re-roll the white die. It's a 4. That's an easy birdie putt. If he has any chance, he's got to get some luck here. He needs a 1 to 4 on this roll here. Oh, and it rolled over to 6. Gimme par. You needed to save those blue chips for a more difficult situation. That's a par. It's not going to be Honorado's day, it doesn't look like. All right, so 3 groups left on the course. And it's Glenn nursing a 1-shot lead over Zelderloo and Reed with some scoring holes to come. All right, so Greer Copeland III going to finish his round here. And it's 45, which is going to be sand in 2 on the par 5 and a green 2. Is he sandy? No. Easy putt for par. There's no way he's getting into this, so we'll use the chip to make it gimme. And he makes that. So a gimme par for Copeland III. Now Guillen Ma. And he's going to go ahead and attack the green on this par 5 instead of, there's no sense in taking the par. All right, re-roll the white die. It is a 4. Nice effort, but a moderate putt for par will make it easy. And he makes it. So now, out of contention roll for Tullis. Semi-daunting 1 with no dot. That's a par. 78 for Tullis. A round to forget. All right, so to 17, Su Cheng Tien. He's been good, just not quite good enough here so far. He's 2 back, and 36, he's put it in the bunker. So just doesn't look like it's going to be his day here. Par 3, bunker in 1, green 5. Is he sandy? Semi-sandy with the dot, so he is. He'll have an easy par putt. So there's his par. Marcus Simanowicz. So we go by the green die on a par 3. That would be a moderate birdie putt. I'm just going to use 1 chip to make it easy. Can he make the easy birdie putt? That is a 5. He misses it, so it's going to be a gimme par. Man, these dice do not agree with people when they have birdie putts. Okay, Michael Reed. Okay, 4-4-5. He's not gilded, so golf cam green. It's a challenging green. 5 friendly, no challenge. Yeah, he's challenging. It's a clutch putt for bogey. Needs a 1 to 3. Earns a second red chip. Easy double, and Michael Reed is going the wrong direction. He's 3 over on the last 2 holes, and if it's not Glenn, it's going to have to be Zelderloo, because Michael Reed has just done a header, and things are not looking good for the Canadian. A real choke job here by him. All right, so Zelderloo. 36. The sand and 2, and boy, this is just, it's getting worse. Green 3, is he chunky? No, it's a big gimme putt for par, so that's not too bad. He's going to use the red chip to make it easy. He's got to hope for no 6s and makes the putt. Not no 6s. He needs anything but 2 6s there. Now, Flynn Glenn could really separate himself from the pack here if he gets a good set of rolls. Okay, he's in the rough off the tee. Green 5, is he a master? No. Difficult putt for par. Well, this could make things interesting. He needs a 1 to 3, and he's got it. That is a big putt right there. Stays 1 ahead going into 17 and 18. And now Gale Honorado. And that's a 56. That's going to be Golf Cam course. And a 4. It's going to lead to an easy putt for par. And it's in the hole. All right, well, we thought Michael Reed might be with a chance here, but this looks like he has played himself right out of a chance. So what do you have left? You basically have Su Cheng Tien, Elaine Zelderloo, or Flynn Glenn are going to be your winner here. So let's see how Su Cheng can play the 18th. He doesn't have any blue chips here. And without any blue chips, he's just going to take his par and be done with it because there's not much he can really do. So he's going to tie Dahlberg. We could try to attack the green there, but I think you're in trouble there if you do. So now Simanowicz. Well, he's got 2 blue chips, so he is going to try to attack the green. Try to get to minus 12. Re-roll the white die. It's a 2. That's going to be a difficult birdie putt, so that will take it from difficult to moderate to easy. So it needs a 1 to 4. It's a 5. Gimme par. The green die has been anything but friendly today. Now Michael Reed has 2 red chips. He's going to play 1 to make the black die 6. He'll have control with 3, 3, 6 here. He's not hot. He's not gilded. Semi-dynamic, no dot, so it's experience. Well, he is not a prospect, so he's going to have an easy putt for birdie. He's going to use the other red chip to make it moderate. 1 to 4. Misses the moderate. Easy putt for par. He makes that, and that'll be it for Michael Reed, a 72 on the day. Got it to 4 under par on his round, and then it just kind of all snowballed right back. Actually, no, 3 under par, and then he kind of, the wheels fell off. Okay, Zelderloo, 1 back, playing the 17th. Patient par. He's going to play the waiting game here for Flynn Glenn, the Australian. Okay, it's going to be golfer control 2, 4, 6 on the par 3. Champion or dynamic, he's neither of those. We go to mood. You're going to check if he is sunny, and guess what? Flynn Glenn, that was one of his things before the round, was he was sunny till further notice. If you would have noticed that on the broadcast I did earlier this morning, par 3, green 4, is he sunny? He is. It's an easy birdie putt. Chance to make it a 2-shot lead if he can get a 1 to 4. And it finally comes good. There were some green die rolls that were owed, and now it's a 2-shot lead for Flynn Glen going into the 18th. A little bit of breathing room there for the young Aussie. Par for Honorado as we head to the famous finishing hole. And just for old time's sake, if I can find the dumb thing. I'll be right back. Give it a couple seconds here as I'm going to look for this other chart, and we'll play it. Oh, there it is. Where'd you go, you little pipsqueak? Oh, I just saw you. We're going to play it here soon. Just give me a second. It was right there, and then it went away. Where? Aha, here we are. Okay. Let's do this. Just like this. This is what we'll do. All right. Well, we're going to do blue, red, black. All right, so all right, we're going to play this in a way that kind of makes it feel a little more like the way a golf tournament really is, just for this hole. So for 18, it'll be Flynn Glen playing first. He has the honor. Green, or a white 3, so he has control. That takes the water out of play. Good drive, most likely. 1, 2, 3 is going to be, is it a direct green? No. Gilded? No. Champion? No. It's going to have a moderate putt for birdie. There we go. All right, so that'll be Flynn Glen. Now, Gale Honorado. And he's in the rough in 3. It's also going to bring that little warning symbol in. Green 3, is he a workman? No. Gimme putt for par. It'll make it easy, so an easy par putt. And now Elaine Zelderloo. He is semi-dynamic. That would be the way. Or bomber. Oh, and he gets a white 6. Well, he needs to attack the green. He's got a chip to use. Patient par does him no good. He's going to attack the green. Well, that's a difficult putt for par. Kind of anticlimactic there. So we kind of know who's going to win this thing, but we're going to go ahead and do, we play the furthest out, so it'll be the difficult putt for par for Zelderloo. We'll make it moderate with a blue chip. And he makes his par. And now Gale Honorado will be next, and he's going to use one blue chip to make it an easy par, which is 3 6s to miss. He'll make it. And that's going to leave the man of the hour, Flynn Glenn. Oops. Moderate birdie. With a chance to win this. Doesn't have a blue chip, but he could lag it to a gimme par, but he's going to go ahead. He has a 2-shot lead. He's just going to go ahead and try to make this. He makes the putt. Back-to-back birdies to close it out. What a finish. Only one bogey on the round, and Flynn Glenn is a brand new winner here on the Tenacious Golf Tour with around a 68. In the big lights, the big stage, the Aussie comes through with a great round, and that books his place in the Masterful, and that will be it for this tournament. Flynn Glenn. So he's going to jump up from 142 in the rankings. So that's pretty interesting. So let's just see what I can do here. There we go. Wait. Oh, I must have some kind of auto exposure on. Hold on. That's weird. Weird. What's up with this? Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it's because I had it pointed straight into the... Alright. Alright, so that's it. Sorry about my hair. I had a hat on earlier, so that's the way it goes. But, yeah, so Flynn Glenn. And it's always good to kind of get the next batch of data that I can toss into my functions there and see what comes out. Anybody who's in the stream here watching at the moment, please feel free to leave a comment or don't. I can answer your questions, but yeah, so this was kind of nice. I'll show you here. So this is, I was using my iPad to do the scoring. It was actually pretty sweet. everything kind of like updated on my other screen over there on the leaderboard, and all was cool. The only thing that happened one time was my PC decided to go and kind of like black out everything for a bit, but I was able to wake it back up again real quickly. So, well, I guess those who are in the chat are feeling like being quiet. That works for me too. So I should really get off here and do what I need to do with my stats and take a leak. But anyway, maybe I'll get back to some baseball this week. These last 2 or 3 weeks have kind of been getting a little taste back for doing the recordings, so been kind of nice. I was yawning this morning during the one video, which probably isn't necessarily a great sign. It kind of shows of boredom and stuff, but I was doing Sunday nights, but sometimes you just kind of get in the zone and you want to get something done, and that's the way it goes. Yeah, so anywho, I don't know. I just get on here when I have time. I mean, so hopefully sometime this week coming up is there's some holiday. They're on. Well, it's tough because there's holiday, but then you have you have baseball starting up, which is kind of a cool thing. Although, yeah, baseball has kind of gotten a little bit of a black eye here in the last week with the Ohtani interpreter, whatever. Who knows what that's about? Doesn't look good. Some things make sense, and there's not much about it that does, but I guess you give somebody the benefit of the doubt. So, alright, well, thank you all. It looks like there's 3 of you here. Appreciate you dropping in. Again, you're welcome to post into the live chat. I would answer any questions, but it's also one of those nights that'd be good to kind of like wrap it up. And hi there, Dwayne. Wrap it up and do the little stuff I need to do before it's time for me to park my rear end into the sack, so to speak. So, all right, well, good night. Hopefully we'll get into a little bit more regularity here with videos. Even if it's only a couple of weeks, it'd be kind of. That's all right, Dwayne. I think. Look, I just was looking at YouTube and saw that you and a couple of others were streaming as well. So at one point or another here in the last hour or two. So that's the way it kind of goes, right? We have windows of time that we can do things, and so you just got to go do it. But that's okay. Yeah. Oh well. Guess that's it. That's it. Let me get out of this guy. Close up my iPad, and I'm going to get Excel firing on all cylinders and my SQL Studio, and we'll get some stats for you sometime here in the next week or so. Anyway, peace everybody. have a great night. Thanks for dropping in, any of you who did. And if you're watching it after the fact, feel free, well, all of you can drop a like, drop a comment, subscription, whatever makes sense. I'm pretty chill. I'm not out demanding things of people, so I appreciate anybody who's willing to lend their support to channel trying to spread the love of tabletop gaming. So anyway, hang in there, and we'll see you back here soon on Tenacious Sports. Flynn Glenn, a new winner on the Tenacious Golf Tour, celebrating on the shores of the Pacific out in Pebble Beach, California. So, getting 5 tournaments now out of a 36 tournament season. It's going to be a while, but we'll get through it. So, take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.